This podcast is either going to piss you off or inspire the hell out of you. And I hope it's inspirational because I have two of the youngest hustlers I've ever met making absurd amount of money in a business model that isn't very obvious. So, Daniel, Luke, welcome to the podcast.
Very nice to be here.
Okay, so let's just kick it off the gate. How much money do you guys make?
I make around 6 figures a month in revenue.
Yeah, we do mid 6 figures a month on an average month.
And how old are you both?
I'm 15.
I am 18.
I'm 16.
You're 16?
I just turned 16. I just turned 16.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
Okay.
We're 18 and 16 and we make mid 6 figures a month.
Insane. How? Okay, just this blows my mind. But what did you guys do to make 6 figures a month? What do you do?
So we do Snapchat, and it's a very unorthodox thing. Not a lot of people know about it, but we got onto it early, and we basically produce content on the platform. We run a bunch of accounts, and yeah.
The overarching theme is it's content automation. So we run faceless channels, and we will either run voiceovers on them, or if it's a compilation show, we do it across YouTube. A lot of our money is made on Snapchat, and it's basically just we take brands with no face on them, and we only make money through ad revenue through pulling views on the faceless channels.
So you'll make ad revenue on YouTube or Snapchat specifically?
Exactly,
Yeah.
Okay, and when you say faceless, you mean like it's not like you're narrating it without your face and then making content, or
Yeah, so we have a couple shows on Snapchat that are just us narrating. So it's like it would be my voice or Daniel's voice, and there'd be subtitles that pop up onto the screen, and we talk about any topic. We do news, sports, entertainment,
clip shows, satisfying content. There's no brand or person associated with anything we do, so it can basically be automated to existence in 10 years from now, because no one is an overlying feature that needs to be on the content. It's on anything that goes on in the world, and that's how.
Yeah, it's like standalone content.
You're not reliant on a personal brand.
No,
not at all.
Like me as a person.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Anyone could come in, do the voiceover, and then you guys just have like a trademarked editing style, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was crazy when you guys DM'd me. First off, I didn't believe it when you told me what you guys were doing. I was like, shut up, like you're trying to get on my podcast. But then you guys sent me your channel. I'm like, holy shit, like I actually watched this Snapchat one.
Yeah.
We did get onto the podcast, so.
Yeah.
So
We're here now.
verified the background, and it's actually legit. And I actually watched one of your Snapchat shows. I'm like, oh my God.
Damn,
So
bro, it's crazy. Like my cousin tells me about people who be like, her teacher just watches our Snap shows, and people that she walks by at school will just watch our shows because they just appeal to the masses, and we've gained insane reach from them.
Yeah, the weird thing about Snapchat is there's no comments. There's like you cannot see the people that are watching your shows, right? So it literally just feels like a number on the screen, even though you're getting like right now we're doing like 3 million views a day on Snapchat,
God.
which is like it's like a crazy amount of people. And on YouTube that's insane because you're getting comments and people are giving feedback or people are roasting you or whatever. But on Snapchat it's just like it doesn't really feel real. I don't know how to explain it.
We don't get hate because no one can comment.
the smile on your face when you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down for people who might not use Snapchat or don't understand the content that you guys are creating. First, I know you guys create like it's not just one Snapchat show. You guys have like a dozen going out, and Snapchat's a new show every day, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so
essentially.
we post once a day on all of our shows, and we got up to posting 15 videos a day. So we were running 15.
But they're different
shows.
types of videos.
Yeah, it was.
So you have a machine. At this
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
content machine. We had, I think, at our peak, we had like 20 employees.
Some full-time, some part-time, some freelancers. But we just have a whole thing going on in order to get episodes out effectively and quickly, and that's how we can run at such mass scale, basically.
And yeah, there were sort of like 2 divisions to the Snapchat section, to where it's like the voiceover shows and then the clip shows. Clip shows are way easier to run.
They're like repurposed clips of like influencers.
Satisfying things.
It's basically like if ever you on Snapchat, there's a bunch of these shows that you just press on, and there's a bunch of like satisfying clips that show up, and it's satisfying
like
pop.
slime. Or
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
So we have a show like that has 4 million subscribers, and it's just satisfying clips.
It's on Snapchat.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so let's just. I don't want to overwhelm people. You don't have to have 15 shows. Like, what's the most you've made on one show per month?
So on our first month on one show, we made $600,000.
What?
But like, there's a big but there. That is like not attainable. Like we got extremely bailed out. That is just like that is the most we've ever made on one show in 1 month ever. But
on an average month, on one of our shows, we'll make anywhere from $60,000 to $100,000.
Yeah.
And that's an average show. And on the underside, it's like on the low month, it'll be from 60. High end will be 110, 120. So it's very achievable to make money.
What is the cost for one show?
So it depends on the show. If it's the voiceover show, I would do the voiceovers, or Daniel would do the voiceovers. And I mean, my background's in script writing and his background was in editing. So on that $600,000 for that first show, we actually had zero cost. It was just us.
We did everything ourselves because we were so new to the platform. We didn't think of getting employees.
So straight profit.
That was our first 30 days on Snapchat. We did 600,000.
And it's just straight up ad revenue from Snapchat
Yeah,
itself.
It's
no
ad
sponsor
revenue
deals.
from, I mean, it was the fastest growing show on Snapchat.
Well, you nailed it. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about this later, but we ended up getting to running 5 of the top 10 shows on Snapchat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
out
God.
Of the 15, yeah.
We have
Okay.
a monopoly on the platform.
Calm down.
no.
You don't want to say that.
Whoa. Cut that out. Cut that out.
Okay, I like that. That was funny though. I like it. Flex, dude. Okay, so let's just say you have a show idea. I want to get into your machine, how you come up with show ideas and what works in a little bit, but just break it down for me. Like, how does someone get a show on Snapchat? And then what is that process of like actually posting? What are the requirements?
Yeah.
What's the game like?
We have a really funny way of how we got onto Snapchat. So I knew that Snapchat makes money from, we had a friend that was making money on Snapchat, but he was gatekeeping his Connect. So on Snapchat, it's not like YouTube to where you can just like start posting.
So like you can't just go on Snapchat and start making a channel and post videos.
No. So you need either like a rep for Snapchat. You need a portal.
Portal.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I mean, it's difficult to get. So we were looking for companies that had portals to reach out to. I reached out to maybe 40 people and I just got ghosted.
We were mass emailing people on a daily trying to get one, but it was very hard, especially being this was in early January, end of December. It was not a known thing. So it was so hard to get one, but Luke made it work.
So Snapchat gates who can actually post content.
Yeah, so in the early days of Snapchat, it used to be Snapchat directly would invite creators onto their platform, and literally there were like schedules of when you can post. So if you had an early Snapchat show like 2018, it was like you're posting on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It was very weird, but I mean it's good. And then now you need a connection to a portal, and then you can pitch a show, and if your show gets approved, then you can start posting.
So it's almost like TV back in the day. Like there's only a certain amount of slots.
It was like that.
And they wanted to curate exactly who got to produce what content.
100%.
There's only about 6,000 shows on Snapchat right now.
6,000?
Which sounds like a lot, but if you think of a platform like Snapchat, which is a $1 billion company, there aren't that many people creating content, which shows that it's kind of a scarce thing.
And so if anyone wants to look at what they're doing, what they are, just if you have Snapchat, just look at Snapchat, swipe once to the left, and then there's just like these random shows, and they're like, what is it, 2.5 minutes each?
It can be 30 seconds to like 10 minutes, but like we would make 3-minute videos because we just thought that was the most optimal.
Best.
Most optimal.
And so you have to get a portal. You used to have to get invited, but now there's these things called portals that if you get access to, you're allowed to make a show. But then what's the process after that? Once you get a portal?
Yeah, so once you either get a portal or have you would probably go through a rep,
agency,
an agency that has a portal, and they would take a % cut.
Right.
And then once you have that, everyone runs it a bit differently. So like you'd have to make sort of like a pilot episode and pitch it onto Snapchat. So like we would post a 3-minute sports story, and that's what we would pitch as the pilot, and then you have 4 thumbnails on Snapchat that you make, so then you make 4 thumbnails for the episode, you upload the thumbnails, do the tags for the video, and then you press request review, and then they get back to you within a week or 2 if your show's accepted or denied.
So you have to get accepted. You have to submit it.
You can't just get a portal and then make content. You have to get accepted to make content. So you have to be weary about what you're posting and what kind of content you're making to get approved onto the platform.
So just like TV, it's like a pilot. You have to make a pilot. And
exactly. It's called a pilot.
And so, so they've definitely got people from old school TV media then. Okay, so, but basically that's just like you're submitting this and you edited it, you come up with the concept completely. It's your own creative thought, and then you just hope you get approved.
Yeah, well, there's guidelines that you generally have to follow to get approved, so you just want to stay in those guidelines, like try to get your show accepted, and then if it gets accepted, you start making the content.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go back on this because we have a very funny story of how we got our rep. I started talking about it. We were looking everywhere for a rep. And actually, I was in Discord one day, and my friend was screen sharing, and I knew that he ran a Snapchat show, and he was screen sharing his WhatsApp messages. And I was like, oh, where is this going? So I pulled up OBS on my side monitor, and I pressed start recording. And he was scrolling through his messages with this guy, and like I didn't see anything. I was like depressed. I'm like, oh, no Snap Connect for me today. Ended the recording, watched it back, and for like 2 frames, you could see email me at this email. So I emailed that email just assuming that he was a Snapchat rep, and I'm like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. I'll make a Snapchat show. I'll make it blow up. We're all gonna make make a lot of money. Let me make a show with you. And he's like, okay, sure. And then I got in a call with him. We pitched the show. It got approved. And then the first 30 days we did $600,000.
Yeah, it was really good. And the good thing about
my God.
Snapchat, unlike other platforms, is that once you get a show approved, it's instantly monetized and you don't have to hit requirements to make money. You just get your show approved and you can make money from your first video.
Holy shit. Okay, then if there are 6,000. Do you know how they decide what to push? Or is it completely random?
Yeah, it's obviously just, it's like YouTube.
Algorithm
or
based?
it's just algorithm
Yeah.
based.
Do
Like
you
if
get any of those stats? Like, do you see
Yeah,
the
you
data?
see all the stats, like your retention, what people watch, how good your thumbnails perform, but just based off the environment on Snapchat, and you see other shows that are doing well and other things that are working, and you basically try to replicate that and make it better, and that's how we saw our success. So for example, people were posting 3 times or 4 times a week because there was a myth going around that posting every day was not good for your channel. So we were like, why don't we just post every day and see what happens? And it turned out that our output was insane, and we would wake up every single day to 3 to 4 million views an episode on our first month, and
Holy
that
shit.
kind of broke the myth on the platform, and a lot of people now have started posting every day because they see it works.
Yeah.
How do they know it's working for you from afar?
Because they see our subscribers going up, and
So-
like they just see our success basically.
Yeah, this is the interesting thing about Snapchat. You actually can't see views on
Yeah,
episodes
exactly.
from other people. You can only see views on your own thing. So it would either be like you can see subscriber growth. So like if you're
Okay.
deep into Snapchat, like there's only a very few people that are deep into Snapchat shows. So they'd be like, oh, this specific show has gained 100,000 subscribers this month. They're popping. What are they doing? Let's emulate that.
So you guys got a portal directly. You didn't even have to go through a rep.
We did go through a
we
rep.
did go through.
You
a
did
rep.
go through a rep.
Yeah. So that was the guy that I emailed was a rep.
Okay.
And it's still very difficult to find a rep. So me finding that rep was like, oh my God. And he takes a percentage cut of all the shows to pitch
this
the
day?
shows. That's to
Okay.
this day. That's how
Okay.
it works on Snapchat.
Yeah, now we've obviously, like, as the environment has gotten more popular on Snapchat, more and more people are getting on the platform, but it's still the same system where you have to go through an agent, a rep, or even have your own portal through someone you know to start making the content. Obviously, you can guess, like, in December it was extremely hard, but now it's pretty attainable for people to do.
So it's a little easier now.
It's
So
a little easier, yeah.
how do
definitely.
people find a rep? Because you obviously that's not replicable. People can't just go find their friend who they know have a rep.
You can go to media companies that likely have Snapchat portals or people that are already posting on Snapchat. Like you can see the name of the Snapchat shows, and there's like big companies that have these. So like what we did was we would go and email these types of companies or try to find people that are posting about Snapchat shows on LinkedIn, talk to them about it, people posting them on Twitter. I mean, it's not something that's widely talked about, but there's definitely people that do talk about
So
it.
there are agencies that this is their business model.
Yeah,
and
100%.
if you have an idea or something to show, you could probably send them an email and be like, hey, I've made this type of content. I think it would perform well on Snapchat. What do you think? Just something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
If
yeah.
you just do some digging, you'll find a way to get onto the platform, and it's very doable now. Like in June, July, we are, so it's way into the system. Like Snapchat's getting more popularity every day, so people are understanding how to get on more and more.
Okay, but this is the opportunity. So since it's harder to get on there, if you can get on there and you make good content, it's easier to succeed than on, say, YouTube. Would you say that or no?
Well, there's less of
Not
a
easy, but
Yeah, I mean, so like that's very subjective because we also run YouTube, and we'll
Yeah.
talk about this later. But like our third video on a new YouTube channel got 1.2 million views. So like it's subjectively easier on Snapchat than on YouTube, yes. But I mean, it's still difficult to pull views. Like it's not like
you have to be good at making
if
content.
you get a
You
Snapchat,
have to be good
yeah,
at
exactly.
making
It's not like if you
content.
get a show approved instantly, you're going to start pulling 3 million views
Right.
of
Because
a video.
you're working with people who are going to watch your videos, you have to make them enjoy your videos. If you
Dude.
know how to do that, you'll have a higher chance of success than
Right.
if you don't.
The bottom line is like this is for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everything like that's algorithm based. To go viral organically, you just make good videos.